Hello, friends. I just want to give you a little story, kind of two stories in one. Happened to me recently. It was the day before Christmas Eve that kind of everything's, for the most part, culminated. But I want to set a little backstory. I just moved from Tampa to Georgia a few months ago, and then I moved recently from living with my parents, which who I've been staying with, and in December, beginning of December, I found a place of my own to live at. And as you might know, as when you move, you got to take care of all these different little things, and it was not a high priority, but one of the last things I was going to do before my roommate came, before my kids came to visit, was to get internet. And well, I've only had internet once before, believe it or not, and the first time in my life I had internet on my own. That was the year before, and it seemed simple. They just did it, and I don't remember how the speed. So doing it this time, when the company I was going through gave me a slew of speeds. Like, I didn't know there were that many different speeds. From, I don't know, it was the 50s the lowest to 2,000 megabytes per second, if I remember correctly, and about 10 speeds total, whatever. So I was like, I was going through the conversation, trying to handle on the phone. I thought, I'm just going to pause. I'm going to do a little bit of research on this, see what's best for me, and maybe get with my kids when they come over. So I stopped that conversation. The guy was going to call me back later, or I was going to follow up back with him, possibly. But so I just started trying to find out from different people I work with and friends and so forth, and even my son. And I just, things don't happen right away. People check on this, they don't have it. They go find out information. Anyway, I on my own started to I waited a few days, and I finally just went to the place I was going to buy it from. And that day I went to the store Saturday, and it had been a couple days since I talked to the guy on the phone. I went to the store, and when I got there, the lady said, it'd be like a 45-minute wait. It was, a day before Christmas Eve. What can you expect, So I thought, well, I guess I can wait, maybe, but I'd rather not. It's been a pretty decent day, so I could go hit some balls of tennis against the wall for 10 to 15 minutes and feel like I'm being a little more productive, and I wanted to go outside. I hate to miss a decent day, although I wasn't feeling the best. I was dealing with a cold and slowly getting better from that cold. And so I thought, I told the lady, I'll be back. She said, now you can lose your spot. And I said, I understand, I'll be back. In a timely manner. And I went to go play a little bit of tennis, and I realized I had to watch my time, so I didn't hit the ball against the wall too long. And then I went to the Hobby Lobby because I wanted to see if I could find something. And I went to Hobby Lobby, and I said, sheesh, there's a lot of people here. And I'm not going to buy anything there. I did look, and even what I kind of wanted wasn't available, so I went to the store. Still had 10 minutes to spare, 5 to 10 minutes to spare. I got there. There's only there's still somebody ahead of me. And it had been about 35, 40 minutes. And so I saw a lady standing there, old lady, and she was African American, and just chat with her, and she turned out to be a believer, and that was kind of cool. Share faith a little bit, encourage one another. It's Christmas time, what a good time. And like I said, I was a little bit under the weather, but it's kind of neat to be with people. I try to keep my distance within reason. I don't want anybody to get sick. It wasn't that bad, but anyway. Another lady came in, and she had this shirt on. I can't remember what it says. Something about belief or something about God. And so I said, oh, another sister. And I introduced the two ladies. And then that lady's son came up, And just in conversation, we were just talking and waiting for our turns. And I said, what do you want to do with your life or something like that? And he said, I want to be an architect. I said, no way. And it's like, so at that point I knew that God had me be there that day at that time for that kid. And I thought that was so interesting. You know, I was there for other reasons. I was there because I want to get things squared away. I mean, even my window wasn't, I didn't stay there for 45 minutes. I actually came to the last end of that and then still waited, but it just really hit me. That was cool. And I was able to engage the kid and share some things. And even the mom said, yeah, you need to do that. That would be a good idea. I was involved with Habitat for Humanity, and I just gave some pointers. And he asked for I gave him my email address, and he thought it'd be kind of cool to follow up. And it was just so cool and awesome. And before we left, yeah, Actually, I got called away, and they got my number, and they talked to me about my stuff, and I kind of said I want to get back with them. And then that brought me back to the other scenario, and I thought, man, I haven't really made my mind exactly what I wanted, but I knew that I did a little research, and I figured I think I had 500 megabytes per second, the previous carrier before, and I thought 400 worked. I think would be fine because I mentioned 400. Well, the deal was someone said 100 minimum, and anyway, the lady said, well, for 200 it's like $35, and then you have to get the modem, so that's $50. Why don't you just go for $5 more, get 400 megabytes per second at 55? You know, it's like, I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm like, kind of like, yeah, sounds good. Just kind of whip the flow afterwards. And I left, and I just hoped to find the kid before I left, and I got everything. And the young boy was there, and he was waiting for me actually, and apparently his mom had already left, went to Hobby Lobby, and we chatted briefly, and he said, I gotta go, but like I said, I gave him my email address, and we were both walking to Hobby Lobby for a little bit, and then I had to go another way, but I said, before I go, I just felt compelled to pray for him, because it's just like, this is such a moment. I didn't want to lose it, and just want to fill the opportunity with God and let him do what he could. So I prayed for him before I left, because, honestly, I don't know if he'll follow up or not. I hope he does. I also mentioned another guy to him that goes to his church, and that's also cool. He seemed to know him. That's Peter Silvosky, who some of you have heard of. And he's a really good architect and a godly brother. And that was just a little piece of Parsadas. It's so cool. Glad I got to pray with him and speak some guidance into his life. And all the while, and just after that, I should say, the worry and fear started coming ahead, not about that, but about the internet. Did I make the right decisions? Like, why do I don't like worry or fear of making the wrong decision, but I want to do what's best and right, be efficient with my time and money. And so I started worrying and started fighting, and I was praying a little bit, and I felt like God was saying, don't worry about it. You made a decision, it's okay. And the lady said, you can always change it. Well, often I'm kind of worrying and trying not to, and over the course of the day into the next day, I'll try to touch base with some people, just kind of confirm that was good or not, or if I should up it, or change it one way or another. Finally, I got to hear from my son the next day, and he said something about they use the same company, and he got Dad 400, and I was just like a confirmation, like, yeah, that's great. That don't need to work. Yeah, that did work. And it was like, God is so good, and I just want to remind us all. This kind of two stories in one. Like I said, I sometimes deal with worry myself, and then the other thing is being open to opportunities. Not always. I miss some things, I'm sure, but and that just kind of just like you might say fell in my lap, and God opened the door, and I'm glad I stepped through and got to really help that kid some at least. And I just want to encourage you to be attentive to open doors and opportunities, and to trust God through them. Not worry, but learn not to worry. Learn to trust God with things, and walk through the doors that He opens. God is good. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a good New Year. God bless.